So over this past year, since I started this channel from zero, I've been contacted by a number of people who are always asking me similar things. How can I do the thing that we talk about in this channel? How can I go to Japan to create my own business? How can I live the life of an entrepreneur in Tokyo? How can I fulfill my dream of coming to live and work in that wonderful country? But thinking about it, I've also realized that there's always a very important ingredient, a very important detail missing, a mistake that many people make when it comes to following through with their plan to come and live and work in Japan. And so today I would like to share with you exactly what that ingredient is. Now, as you might know, and if you've been here before, my name is Gabriel. I've been living in Tokyo, Japan for over 6 years, where I currently run and manage my own business. And so if that's something that interests you and you'd like to learn more, then please consider subscribing. I really appreciate the support. Anyways, lately I've been working on another very important video that's going to be very similar to this one right here. Currently one of the most popular videos on my channel, but this time I'll be talking about everything you need to know about the startup visa. Basically everything you need to know and do to be able to come to Japan and start your business from scratch. So that video is going to be coming out very soon. Make sure you don't miss it. But while I was working on that video, I started thinking about this particular ingredient that I was telling you at the beginning. Now, through my life and my experience in this country, I've come across a non-insignificant number of people who always want to come live in Japan because they love the culture, they love the food, they love anime, they love manga, they love cherry blossoms, they love sushi, whatever it is. And they just want to come live in Japan and then figure it out once they're here. But of course, I would like to explain to you why I don't think that's as good an idea as you think it is. And unfortunately, the same thing applies for people who are maybe having a hard time back home with your job, with your careers, with your families or whatever it is, and you just like to go somewhere else and start anew. And for many reasons, some of which are more valid than others, many people think that Japan is a good place for that. While all those things are true, it's true that Japan is a wonderful country, has great culture, great food, the people are also incredible, and even professionally, we've been given many wonderful opportunities that I don't think I would have been able to take advantage of in other places around the world. You have to remember that it's a very different thing coming to Japan as a tourist than coming here to make your living. And if you're watching this video, if you're following this channel, that is what we talk about here. We talk about a different order of things, a different level of things. Coming to Japan to create your own business. And so if you're coming here to do that, it is crucial that you let go of the fantasy and embrace the reality that your life in Japan, every day of your life in Japan, is not going to be like an episode of your favorite anime or whatever it is. And everywhere you go, you're going to see floating cherry blossom petals all around the city and all these wonderful things that, unfortunately, that's how most of Japan is portrayed in the media. Now, let me insist, Japan is a wonderful country, but unfortunately, there's a lot of useful and clear and necessary information that's missing out there. When you're out there trying to find useful, meaningful, and practical information about life in Japan, all you come across is the best pancakes, the best sushi, the best cherry blossom viewing spots, the best anime stores, and all these things which are frankly useless and pointless information that does not apply to you right now. I'm sorry, that just infuriates me a little bit, and so that's what I'm trying to do with this channel: create a more useful environment for people who want to learn practical and pragmatical things about life in Japan. But in any case, the point I'm trying to make is that you have to let go of that dream and that fantasy and remember that Japan is a real place with real people, real challenges, and real problems. So while it's true that the culture and the food and the people and everything else is fascinating, the day-to-day life is going to be fraught with challenges and obstacles for you. When it comes to things like long commutes, very strict rules, and tons of bureaucracy. So when you come to Japan, you have to make sure that you're well prepared. Just like I said earlier, some people just say, okay, I'll just go to Japan and figure it out once I'm there. I think that's like starting a race in the wrong direction. You'll be far better off starting things the other way around. If you want to start a business in Japan, start it first back home and then figure out a way to bring it into the country. Because if you're planning on starting things completely from zero right here, you're going to have 10 times, 100 times more obstacles and challenges and frustrations and headaches than you would have had otherwise. Because yes, even though Japan is popular for being the country of convenience, living here makes things a little bit different. You know, this matter of convenience goes a little bit beyond just wanting to get a hamburger from your Family Mart or your 7-Eleven at 3 in the morning. And that sense of convenience is very quickly replaced by very well-structured systems. Systems for creating a bank account, systems for housing, systems for your healthcare and everything else. Even though, of course, those systems ultimately are put into place to make your life more convenient, the systems themselves are very well structured and strict. So yes, once all those systems are put into place, once you know how to work with your healthcare, with your housing, with your taxes, with your insurance, with your bank, with everything else, it is going to make your life a lot more stable and secure and convenient in the country. While you're building everything, you have to let go of that idea that everything is going to be made to fit your needs. You have to be able to adapt into those systems. And so once again, adjust your expectations from what your life in this country is going to be like, because it's not for everyone, and if you're not ready, it's going to eat you alive. So of course, like I've said before, I strongly suggest that you don't just go out there and do these things by yourself. You have to surround yourself with the right people. Your business advisors, your tax advisors, your real estate agents, and everyone else that's going to help you navigate all these rules and regulations. Because yes, there are lots and lots of rules, but it's exactly those rules that make the systems work the way that they do. They always work correctly, they always work properly, as long as you know how to follow those rules accordingly. And so of course, they are secure, they are very punctual, and in that sense, Japan is an extremely convenient country. But before that, there's a series of systems and regulations and rules that you need to understand to be able to use that in your favor. Now, on the other hand, of course, the yen is going down. Japan is not in the most wonderful place economically currently, but still, I strongly discourage that you come to Japan empty-handed. Now, like I've said before, I have many acquaintances who've been living here far longer than I have, and they came here simply because they love the culture, the anime and all those things, and they came absolutely unprepared. And because they were unprepared back home, they are also unprepared here. And so all their problems follow them here, all their challenges follow them here, all their misery and depression follow them here, and their shortcomings as well. So if you have problems, if you have obstacles, solve them, because that's an unbelievably miserable way to live your life. Coming to Japan is not an easy decision by any means, but you should set up yourself for success by adjusting your expectations properly and not falling for this idea that everything is going to be great, everything is going to be wonderful, and just like there's an American dream, there's also the Japanese dream, and every day of your life is going to be like an episode of Dragon Ball or whatever it is. Let go of all your preconceived notions and embrace the challenges that are going to come your way when you come make your life and your business in this country, because that's the only way that's going to leave you financially, mentally, and even physically prepared for what's coming ahead, so that you don't end up living a life full of the same challenges and obstacles and misery that you had even before you made the big risk of coming to live in this country. Now, sorry for today's little rant, but if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions I can. So keep fighting for it, keep working hard, and if you want to learn more about life in Japan as an entrepreneur, make sure you watch this video right here. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you next time.